Alright, GG's. Okay, so time for me to give the review after one playthrough on hard mode. I will start by saying I think this is the best Ninja Gaiden game that I played. I played Ninja Gaiden Sigma 1, Sigma 2, Black 2, or 2 Black. I don't remember if it's one or the other. And then Razor's Edge. That I played like shortly before I started playing this one. Overall, I think the combat system is really good. I just wish that the joystick inputs weren't as much of a thing, honestly. I feel like they're just so awkward in general. And I feel like the circling thing can be okay, but it's like an input that you have to queue up so much in order for it to work. I don't know. It's just I don't like the joystick inputs in general, and I'll say that for any game that incorporates them. In regards to let's just talk a bit about the story. I think the story is actually probably up there with the rest, like better than 3 at least. I think it was pretty good. For these games, I don't think that, like, the story needs to be deep or anything like that. You just need to do like a good work at, you know, like developing the characters a little bit through the story, you know, like giving them purpose, and that's about it. Like, it's just a story that works for the game. That's it. Like, it doesn't have to be anything crazy. So I think I'm good with the story. I'm not gonna complain about it at all. I think it was good enough. Then, in regards to the bosses, I think most of the bosses are pretty good, or even really good. But I do have 4 bosses that I think are bad. Okay. One is the second to last boss, you know, the Black Dragon. I think that's probably the second to last. Like, that's the second worst, probably, I would say. The fourth worst is the demon that summons fishes on the. I think it was fishes on the second phase. I don't know. It's been a while. It's not great. No, actually, no. I think the shark is worse than that. I think those two, like the shark and the boss before the shark. And then the worst one of all of them is the tank. I don't remember the chapters exactly. I don't know, around chapter 10 or so. Yo, Corpy, thank you. Thank you for the GG. So yeah, in terms of bosses, overall pretty good. Better than in Ninja Gaiden 3 for sure. Much better. And better than Ninja Gaiden 1, I would say, as well. I don't know, I just don't remember that much about the other ones. In regards to game design overall, in my opinion, there is too many sections where you're just flying around or going on the railings and all that stuff. Like, I feel like that's. I think it's okay. It's cool if you see it like every now and then, you know. But I feel like it was too much. I feel like it drags out the duration of the playthrough for no good reason. I think they should turn it down like, I don't know, 50%. In regards to the checkpoints, I think that's probably the worst thing that the game has design-wise. The checkpoints are really bad. Especially notable the instances where you are in a purgatory, okay, and you start the purgatory with low healing items, or, you know, like items in general. Like, if you want to use the items, or even if you want to like upgrade stuff because you didn't get one Umi save points or whatever, checkpoint. It's not even a checkpoint or a save point, but whatever. Like every time that you don't beat the challenge, you need to go back to the instance that you were as soon as you started. So you would have to do the menuing, like the buying everything every single time if you want to get like your chances up, you know, with those things. So that's really fucking annoying, and I'm sure like most people would agree. Anyone with a bit of logic in their brain, at least I would say. Yeah, it's really fucking annoying. Besides that, like I think the easiest way to do this would be to have a checkpoint, like when you enter an UMI or, you know, the training or whatnot, like one of those, just make it so you can actually save there, like that's the checkpoint. I think like that will be like way better, or, you know, at least for the game to remember like the things that you did before entering the challenge, you know, stuff like that. Peter Griffin, Principal Developer Account Manager Lead. Peter Griffin, that's insane. You know. So yeah, like that's to me like probably the worst thing about the game, like how the checkpoints work. Sometimes you're also like in the overworld, you know, like while you're doing a mission or a chapter rather. You maybe die on an encounter with a bunch of enemies, and then suddenly your last checkpoint, which is the earliest point that you have to retry from, is like, I don't know, 5 encounters ago, and you need to pick up all the things that you picked up before and everything. Like I don't know, like the checkpoint system in my opinion is the weakest point of the game. It's probably the weakest point. But besides that, I feel like both Yakumo and Ryu are really enjoyable to play with. I really wish that the joystick inputs weren't a thing, but you know, it is a thing. And with all of this, I feel like I would say the game is a 9 out of 10. And if they were to fix all these little things with, you know, with the checkpoint system, the inputs also, like so many times I try to do like R1 square or R1 circle or triangle or whatever in order to counter something or not, but you know, whatever. And it just does like the activating the blood thing, you know. I don't remember, or the gleam. I don't remember the name. You know the one that I mean, like the one that counters the red attacks. But then it doesn't do anything. And I don't know if that's the joystick inputs getting in the way or what, but it's so fucking annoying. It just keeps eating all of that. There's also other iterations of like inputs being eaten every now and then. But yeah, overall, I feel like if they fix all of these issues with the checkpoints especially, and you know the inputs, you know the dropped inputs or whatever it's going on, I would say it's like a 9.5. Also, more positive things to talk about. I really like the tutorial system that they have. I'm not a fan of like the tutorial pop-ups, but at least you can turn them off. And then on the trainings, you can just do all the tutorial things that the game tells you about, like everything that you learn or the tutorial like teaches you and whatnot that you skipped maybe by not having like the tutorial pop-ups. Then you can actually train them and you can actually play around with things. I feel like it's just a much better concept than, for example, the one we have in Neo 1 and 2, with how the dojos work overall. Obviously, for Neo 3, for example, I wouldn't like to have like a tutorial for every single skill, but you know, like if the tutorials are something that actually teaches you how to play the game properly, like play with the mechanics, then that's way better. Exactly, yeah. It just does like a much better job at doing the things. Like you learn the thing, and then you want to play a tutorial to learn how to do this, and yeah, that's how you actually make tutorials. Like that's how they work. You cannot just say, oh yeah, just do this, like read all of this, and this is what it does and whatnot, and then that's it. No, you have to, like the idea is to make the player actually play with that. Like let the player actually have a proper tutorial, optional always. You don't want to just force them to do things like that. But you want to be able, like you want the player to be able to do these things, you know, to play around with the new mechanics, new skills or whatever. So yeah, I think that's a very positive thing. So yeah, like if they just fix like all of these things with the checkpoints and whatnot, for me that's a 9.5. Like after a playthrough, of course, I have not played the game that much. It's only one playthrough, but I feel like I got a pretty good grasp of the game. Also, maybe relax a little bit the healing input. Like with L2, so many times I was just pressing L2 and then it was not doing anything because maybe I pressed it a bit too long, and I didn't feel like I pressed it that long. But I don't know. Just I wish it was like a bit better, that thing as well. So all these things, there's just little details that they can fix without actually changing the game dramatically or anything like that. And for me that would be like a 9.5, but as it is right now, 9. Why not a 10? If you're wondering that, I feel like I cannot give it like even if I didn't have any major complaints. I personally cannot really give it a 10 out of 10 because one, there's like the shitty bosses going on, and two, I don't have the expertise to grasp the whole thing, so I've been missing out on a lot of things. So to me, it's just a personal score. For other people like having the same complaints and whatnot, maybe it'll be 10, but I don't know. The path of the ninja is one of solitude. What do you think of the level design? My major complaint about the level design is the lesser ninja, lesser mage. It's okay, whatever. Like for the shitty bosses and whatnot, I just use the revives and a bunch of things just because I don't want to really deal with that boss. You know, there's 4 bosses like that, so I feel like it's okay. I'm not a fan of like the surfing sections or the railing or the flying sections. I feel like there's too many. Besides that, I think the level design is pretty alright. I'm not gonna comment too much on it because I don't think I am I care enough about it. Like I think I can definitely appreciate like some better level designs and whatnot, but as long as it's not like really bad, like I'm cool with it. Like for example, to me, it's better than what it was in Ninja Gaiden 1. Like I didn't like the level design on Ninja Gaiden 1. But you know, that's just other people might think otherwise. One weapon for Ryo Hayabusa? Well, I mean, the way they designed it, it makes sense. But it does feel like, you know, you have a lot more movesets to work with Yakumo. But the thing is, like, for Yakumo, to me, it's like two of the weapons are like not that interesting to me. Like the last weapon, I don't really like much, and the second weapon also is like kind of okay. The third weapon, you know, the staff thing for Yakumo it's interesting. I've used it, but I don't know. At the end, I always just go back to the dual swords, even with the last weapon at the end. DLC will give more weapons to him. So yeah, like I don't know. In general, I really like the game. I think it's really cool, but yeah, definitely I would change a few things. I think some of the things that they have done here, like the tutorials, like Team Ninja could learn from this in order to make Neo 3 a bit better. Like I was talking about it earlier. Is there an S? What is it called? S rank? Because the max that I got is A. I'm guessing there's an S, but I don't know. I don't know if did I forget to talk about anything else? Yes. Okay. No. I'm not sure if I forgot about anything else. I'll highlight this later and just put it as a review after one playthrough. Yeah, in terms of like an action game, like I said, I preferred it compared to like all the other Ninja Gaiden games. I don't know how it did compare to DMC5, because I only did one playthrough of DMC5 and it fell short, but I also liked it quite a bit, and that was like before like the what is it called, man, I keep forgetting the name of this guy. What is the anime guy called? 1 through 3. Better than 1 for sure. 3 I just never actually finished. Like I started, but then I just kind of ditched it because I don't know, I wasn't feeling it at the moment. You have a problem with the MC series that enemies aren't merciless enough. Yo, Shuki, would you recommend this or Ninja Gaiden 2 Black for, say, getting into the Ninja Gaiden series? I think those two, like this one and Ninja Gaiden 2 Black, I guess, would be the best ones. I mean, I haven't played the original Ninja Gaiden 2, but yeah. I don't know, to me, like, if you like action games, like, this is a must. Like, I don't have too many negative things to talk about when it comes to this game. It's just like the checkpoint system, 4 bad bosses, one of them being terrible, and you know, the rest of the bosses are good in my opinion, or even really good. And yeah, the joystick inputs shenanigans, but that's just typical action game at this point. Yeah, I just beat it. Yeah, I definitely did the right thing yesterday to call it after clashing with the Black Dragon once, because I thought that was gonna be like the last boss, but no, it wasn't the last boss. I mean, technically, I guess it was, but at the same time, it wasn't. Um, Overall opinion summed up. Really good, very much recommended. Yo, is wrong. Thank you for the sub, for the Prime sub. Appreciate it. 15 hours is a pretty nice length for a game of this genre. Well, it is 15 hours of clear time, not taking into consideration like the what is it called? You know, the retries of the purgatory and whatnot. Euler in chat. No, I also have Prime actually because I use it every now and then. I might not use it as much as I should, but you know, it's not necessarily like an Euler thing. Euler would be like one of those like insane like how do you call it, like gifted, yes. Man, it's been so long since I saw one of those that I don't remember. So yeah, in general, like I said, I don't have much negative things to talk about when it comes to this game. It's just like the checkpoint system and a bit the inputs.